Welcome back to Technically You, where we break down complex tech into digestible insights. Today, we're diving into something you've probably used but might not fully understand: SSL VPNs.
That's right. If you've ever worked remotely, accessed your company's intranet from a coffee shop, or logged into an office system from home, you've likely used an SSL VPN. But what exactly is it, and why should you care?
Well, buckle up because we're about to encrypt your mind with some secure knowledge.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly is an SSL VPN?
An SSL VPN, Secure Sockets Layer Virtual Private Network, is a technology that allows users to securely access a private network over the internet using SSL/TLS encryption, the same tech that protects your online banking and shopping.
So unlike traditional VPNs that rely on IPsec, an SSL VPN works directly through a web browser, meaning no bulky client software.
Exactly. That's why SSL VPNs are so easy to deploy and user-friendly. They encrypt data before it travels across the internet, keeping hackers and eavesdroppers out of your business.
And let's be real, no one wants cyber criminals creeping on their emails and confidential data.
Okay, let's say I'm a remote employee logging into my company's network. Walk me through how an SSL VPN gets me connected securely.
Sure, here's the step-by-step process. Starting with user authentication, you log in through a web browser using a secure portal. Your username, password, and sometimes multi-factor authentication, MFA, are required. Second comes encryption and a secured connection, The SSL VPN gateway establishes an encrypted tunnel using SSL/TLS protocols. Third is accessing the internal resources. Once authenticated, you can securely access company files, applications, and databases. And finally, there is session termination. When you're done, you log out and the session closes, keeping your data safe.
So it's like a digital bouncer. It checks your credentials, lets you in if you're legit, and kicks you out when the sessions or the party is over.
Exactly, except this bouncer uses cryptography instead of muscles.
Now, I hear there are two main types of SSL VPNs. Can you break those down for us?
Sure, we have clientless SSL VPNs and full tunnel SSL VPNs. I'll start with clientless SSL VPN. There is no need to install anything. Just log in through a web portal to access apps, email, or files. Great for quick, secure access. The other is full tunnel SSL VPN, which requires a small VPN client that runs in your browser or as an app, giving you full access to the corporate network as if you were sitting at your desk in the office.
So clientless SSL VPNs are like checking emails through a web app, while full tunnel VPNs are like remotely controlling your entire office desktop.
Yep, you got it. And the one you need depends on how much access you require.
All right, time for the fun part, the benefits. Why should businesses use SSL VPNs instead of traditional VPNs?
Great question. Here are some of the biggest perks. Ease of use, works directly in a web browser, no IT headaches. Cross-platform compatibility, works on Windows, Mac, Linux, and mobile devices. Strong encryption, protects against hackers, snoopers, and man-in-the-middle attacks. Secure remote access, ideal for workroom home employees, freelancers, and traveling professionals. Granular access control, companies can restrict certain users to specific resources, limiting insider threats. And
Okay, but be honest, does it have any downsides?
you caught me. Nothing's perfect, so here are a few challenges. There could be some performance bottlenecks. Encryption adds latency, so there may be slower speeds compared to IPsec VPNs. Limited app support. Some legacy apps might not work well without extra configuration. And there are also some browser compatibility issues. Some SSL VPN features require plugins or extensions to work properly.
So, in simple terms, it's awesome, but there may be a tweak of two to overcome any issues.
All right, time for the classic tech showdown, SSL VPN versus IPsec VPN. Who wins and what's the difference?
It depends. Here's the quick rundown. For SSL VPNs, encryption type SSL/TLS, client requirements, multi-mode, works in browsers, ease of use, quite easy, and works best for remote users. For IPsec VPN encryption types, IPsec, client requirements, multi-mode, requires a VPN client, ease of use, requires setup, and it is best for full network access.
So, if you're a company with remote employees, SSL VPN is a game changer.
Yep. And if you're an IT admin securing entire networks, IPsec VPN might be better.
All right, before we wrap up, let's talk about staying safe. How can users maximize security when using SSL VPNs?
Great question. Here's how. Use multi-factor authentication, MFA, magic. 1. Password isn't enough. Enable strong encryption. Make sure TLS 1.2 or 1.3 is enabled. If you can, especially for travelers, avoid public Wi-Fi. Hackers love coffee shops and airport Wi-Fi. Be wary of phishing. Never enter login details on suspicious sites. And something we advise all the time is update your VPN software. New security patches keep you protected and secured.
Translation: don't be lazy, be secure.
Exactly. A little cyber hygiene goes a long way.
Well, that was our dive into SSL VPNs. Any final words for our listeners?
Yeah. SSL VPNs are the backbone of modern remote work. If you're a business owner or IT admin, invest in a secure SSL VPN setup. It's the key to safe and efficient remote access.
And for the everyday user, if you're logging in remotely, make sure you're using MFA, strong encryption, and secure connections.
That's right. Stay secure, stay smart, and keep your data out of the wrong hands.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Technically You. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button, share with your tech-savvy friends, and let us know, do you use an SSL VPN?
See you next time. Secure and stay curious.